Hey there everybody, hope you're all doing fantastic. In today's video, I'm going to talk about a little game I played through recently called Trepang2. Firstly, I had not heard anything about this game. The only way I found out about it was because my friend Zach had me try it out at his place. I'm not kidding when I say, the moment I picked the game up, I knew I wanted to talk about it in a video. I was so impressed from the start, and it was a wild ride all the way through. I just don't think enough people are talking about Trepang2. So here I am, playing my part. I played through one mission while I was at my buddy Zach's house. It was about halfway through the game, and in this mission, you take on a massive cult. I'll leave it at that. Let's just say I was drawn in immediately. I actually bought my copy of the game while I was at his house. I started the campaign when I was home later that evening, and played on and off for a couple of days. It took me roughly 6 hours to beat the campaign, but there is content for after finishing the story. So, although the story is short, I feel like Trepang2 will be fun to kill some time on with the extra modes and attempting higher difficulties. All the gameplay I captured is from the first mission. I didn't want to give away too much because I will tell you now, I think everyone should experience this game, if you are interested. My friend Zach put it perfectly. Trepang2 is like a John Wick simulator, which really feels accurate. Action is the highlight all the way through. The main draw in Trepang2 is definitely the shooting and gunplay. There's a decent variety of weapons that you'll be able to pick up throughout the game, and each gun has a unique feel to them, especially the shotgun, which is my favorite weapon, of course. Aside from guns, your character is also loaded up with 2 powers, one that can slow down time, and one to go invisible. There are so many ways to take out your enemies. Between your powers, guns, grenades, and super kick, you are set for what this game throws at you. Well, mostly. I played most of Trepang2 on medium difficulty, but had to switch to easy on the mission before last. This game starts throwing a relentless number of enemies at you. It can get very intense and overwhelming, for sure. I will say though, by the end of the game, you'll feel like a pro. You'll be able to slide into dudes, launch them in the air, slow down time, and blast them into chunks with a shotgun before they even touch the ground. Or, maybe, you'll sneak around some enemies while invisible, grab a hold of one, throw them with a grenade attached to their body, and watch them explode. I'm telling you, this game feels like playing a crazy action flick. Like my friend said, it's like John Wick simulator. Throughout the play session, I got more comfortable with the tools in my arsenal. In the gameplay you're seeing, I was still very much getting used to the controls. Later on in the game, though, I was able to slow down time to take out multiple enemies, or go invisible to hide and sneak attack someone, or run away, to be honest. While some of the gameplay can feel mindless, you really can get strategic with your approach to taking out enemies. There are about 5 missions and a handful of optional side missions. I played a few side missions and finished a couple, but as soon as I got stuck on one, I just decided to finish the main story. While the story is interesting, the gameplay is really what takes the cake here. I'd say Trepang2 takes influence mostly from the original Fear games. There are some horror elements sprinkled in that for sure had me spooked. I would also say there is a bit of a Doom feel since the action is so front and center. The blood and gore effects are insane in this game too, as you can probably see from the gameplay. Also, aside from the waves of smaller enemies, you will be taking on some fierce bosses in this game. The soundtrack is absolutely killer as well. Heavy, aggressive music to match the relentless energy of this game, especially when you're in an area swarmed with a bunch of enemies or going toe-to-toe with a boss. I will also say this game is pretty linear. I did have moments where I would get frustrated looking for how to get through the next part. Usually it was pulling a lever or shooting an item or setting a bomb up or something. After running around for a bit, I would feel rather stupid once I figured it out. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's what I was supposed to do. I don't want to put a rating system in my reviews, so I'll put it like this. You should try this game out, especially if it looks or sounds up your alley. Is it worth experiencing the story? Yes. The gameplay? Hell yes. That is why I made this video. Now, go play Trepang2, or don't. The choice is yours. I mean, it is $30 though, so you should probably play it. Alright, peace. Oh yeah, and you could dual wield shotguns. Alright, now bye.